सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अन्तिमसत्य नमः शिवाय अगणितनामा नमः शिवाय अघनिर्मूला नमः शिवाय अमितानन्दा नमः शिवाय अविनाशाद्या नमः शिवाय आगमविनुता नमः शिवाय आत्मोल्लासा नमः शिवाय आद्यकवीशा नमः शिवाय आपच्छेदा नमः शिवाय आमयभेदा नमः शिवाय आर्तसुबन्धो नमः शिवाय उज्ज्वलगात्रा नमः शिवाय ओंकारतला नमः शिवाय करुणापाङ्गा नमः शिवाय कर्माध्यक्षा नमः शिवाय कांक्षारहिता नमः शिवाय कामितवरदा नमः शिवाय कालाबाध्या नमः शिवाय गुणमणिहारा नमः शिवाय धननिस्सीमा नमः शिवाय चिद्घनरूपा नमः शिवाय चिद्रूपाङ्गा नमः शिवाय चिरचिन्मात्रा नमः शिवाय चिरसुखसारा नमः शिवाय जगदाधारा नमः शिवाय जन्मविदूरा नमः शिवाय ज्ञानजलनिधे नमः शिवाय ज्योतिर्पुञ्जा नमः शिवाय तमोपहारा नमः शिवाय तुर्यातीता नमः शिवाय त्रिजगन्मूला नमः शिवाय त्रैमलशूरा नमः शिवाय दीनसुरकुजा नमः शिवाय दुःखध्वंसा नमः शिवाय दोषविभङ्गा नमः शिवाय धर्मसपक्षा नमः शिवाय भक्तजनपाला नमः शिवाय नयनिर्लेपा नमः शिवाय नादशरीरा नमः शिवाय निगमाभेद्या नमः शिवाय निजनिश्चिन्ता नमः शिवाय निजसुखभरिता नमः शिवाय नित्यविनूत्ना नमः शिवाय नित्यविमुक्ता नमः शिवाय नियतिनियन्तः नमः शिवाय निरवध्यविभो नमः शिवाय निरहङ्कारा नमः शिवाय निरतोत्साहा नमः शिवाय निरुप निरुपममहिमन् नमः शिवाय निरुपाधिघना नमः शिवाय निर्गुणसिन्धो नमः शिवाय निज्जरवन्द्या नमः शिवाय निज्जितमोहा नमः शिवाय निर्मलचित्ता नमः शिवाय परमपवित्रा नमः शिवाय परमोत्तुङ्गा नमः शिवाय परिपूर्णाङ्का नमः शिवाय पातकदमना नमः शिवाय पाशविनाशा नमः शिवाय पुण्यश्लोका नमः शिवाय प्रणवाकारा नमः शिवाय बाधकशून्या नमः शिवाय बुद्धिविगम्या नमः शिवाय ऐन्दवरूपा नमः शिवाय भक्तसुभृत्या नमः शिवाय भद्रविशेषा नमः शिवाय भवभयकाला नमः शिवाय भुवनोद्धारा नमः शिवाय मङ्गलधामन् नमः शिवाय मन्त्रावयवा नमः शिवाय महिमविलोला नमः शिवाय मानातीव्रा नमः शिवाय मुनिजनमान्या नमः शिवाय मोक्षोपाया नमः शिवाय यतिकुलनम्या नमः शिवाय यतिजनसेव्या नमः शिवाय लीलामूर्ते नमः शिवाय लोकसुरक्षा नमः शिवाय वरयोगीशा नमः शिवाय वर्णासाद्या नमः शिवाय विघ्नविघाता नमः शिवाय विद्यासदना नमः शिवाय विमलगुणाढ्या नमः शिवाय विश्वाराध्या नमः शिवाय शरणाधीना नमः शिवाय शान्तागारा नमः शिवाय शाश्वतसत्या नमः शिवाय शुभभाण्डारा नमः शिवाय शोकाद्रिपवे नमः शिवाय सन्तततृप्ता नमः शिवाय सन्तापहरा नमः शिवाय सन्तोषमया नमः शिवाय संस्तुतिपात्रा नमः शिवाय सज्जनपोषक नमः शिवाय सदमलपूज्या नमः शिवाय सद्गुणशीला नमः शिवाय सद्रूपाङ्गा नमः शिवाय सरसामोदा नमः शिवाय सर्वशुभकरा नमः शिवाय सर्वाधारा नमः शिवाय साधुजननता नमः शिवाय सुखवारिनिधे नमः शिवाय सुगुणातिशया नमः शिवाय Nivara Namah Shivaya Saundarya Nidhe Namah Shivaya Saukhya Samudra Namah Shivaya Saumya Sharanidhe Namah Shivaya Hridaya Vasa Namah Shivaya Hridaya Vasa Namah Shivaya Hridaya Vasa Namah Shivaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Let me offer my pranams to all of you. We are living in this world and are going to live here for years and years. This is called life. What do we do here on this earth? We do nothing. We see the beauty of the nature. We hear the sweet songs of the birds. Wonderful, isn't it? We may experience these things for years and years, but we don't get tired of seeing and hearing. Therefore, life appears to be very joyful, very happy. Where is happiness, there is God. Where is a happiness, there is a beauty. If there is no beauty, there is no happiness. If there is no peace of mind, there is no life. To live means to live and enjoy the peace. And this peace doesn't come from outside, it is there inside you. Peace means mind is calm. Mind is very calm, not disturbed by the emotions like lust and anger, isn't it? Greed and jealousy, these feelings do not disturb the mind. And in that state we experience the beauty. And all the beauty that is there in this world comes from the beauty of God. God is the source of existence. By definition, or how do we define God? God is just beauty. God is a calmness. God is a silent existence. Here there is silence and there is existence. This is called the beauty. And this beauty is the source of all joy. I look at these flowers, very wonderful flowers you have brought today. Just to see the colors, the petals, many of them. And also sepals are there, stalk is there. Inside there is yellow, outside there is some other color. Here there is a green. Wonderful creation, isn't it? Wonderful creation. Who has made this creation? Who has created it? Not you, not I, not even anybody in this world. It is the creation of the earth. It is the creation not of the earth. Earth is there, but in that earth there is something which creates such flowers. And try to find out the color in the earth. There is no color. We don't know how this color, how did this color come into existence. We don't know who gave the shape of this flower. Shape, just to see the shape of the petals and sepals. Wonderful, isn't it? You cannot make them, I cannot make them. But such hundreds and thousands of flowers come out of the earth every morning. Every morning. Where do they come from? Just ask this question. Where do they come from? We have not asked such questions because we think that it is all natural. Earth is there, put water into it. The plant creates flowers, and those flowers are so beautiful. This is what we think of the nature. But very wonderful. What is doing all these things? Ask this question. Who is painting the petals in such different colors? Here the marigold. Very wonderful flower it is. Isn't it? Just to see the yellow color of this flower. Yellow. And here is red. Just think of it, how wonderful is this world. And the great spirit, the great power behind this world must be very intelligent, because he does all these things. Very wonderful. How can you think of such a flower coming out of the soil? Take the soil in your hand. You cannot see any color, any fragrance, anything. But where do all these things come out? Think over it, and you begin to feel the presence of God Himself. You begin to feel the existence of God. You need not go in search of God. God is there working everywhere in this world. Now in the morning, sun was in the east, now he is overhead. Isn't it? Overhead. In the morning he was there. After 6-7 hours he is there overhead. And after 6 hours he will go down. Why all this is happening? Just ask such questions and you will wonder everywhere some great power is working, isn't it? Great power is working. You cut your hair and the next day they will come out. Where from they come out? Just ask this question. Where from do they come out? Wonderful, isn't it? We think it is all natural, but it is not natural. Though it is a natural, some force must be there which knows what to do. That force must be, that power must be intelligent, isn't it? Intelligent. It has to know how to do all these things. That great intelligence, super intelligence, the supreme intelligence is called God. How do we define God? God is intelligence, but it is not the limited intelligence, the unlimited intelligence. But this intelligence doesn't depend upon the brain. It has its own existence. Its existence is not depending upon the existence of the matter, isn't it? That is called God. God means simply intelligence in existence. In existence. And where it is, wherever things are happening, such great things are happening, such miracles are taking place in this world, there that intelligence is at work. It is at work. Therefore, wherever you see in this world, there you have to feel the existence of God Himself, because all these things are happening. All these things are happening. Your brain is there. You don't know what is there. You have not seen your brain. But wonderful things it does. If there is something, if something happens to the brain, say it is damaged, then nothing occurs in you. Wonderful. No thinking, no feeling, no remembering, nothing. Everything comes to an end. What is that brain? We don't know. You open the brain, you see nothing. You see nothing. Only nerves and nerves and nerves. Nothing else. But there is intelligence. Intelligence, it manifests itself through the brain. This intelligent principle is called the divine principle. And we Indians call it the Atman. Atman means Atman. What is there? That is Atman. What sees and hears, what is behind these perceiving activities, that is God, that is Atman. Behind these activities, these are all activities. Seeing an activity, hearing is an activity, isn't it? Feeling is an activity. Now you feel sitting in this shadow of the tree, how calm it is, isn't it? Quite calm and comfortable, not much heat, not much cold. Wonderful experience it is. This experience is because of the presence of the Atman. The Atman. All the activities, means conscious activities, are because of this Atman. Suppose there is no Atman in you, can you say? If there is no Atman in you, means if there is no light of knowledge in you, Atman means light of knowledge. If it is not in you, in your brain, then you cannot experience anything. You can't even feel that you are existing. To feel the existence of the things, to feel the existence of one's self, what must be there? There must be consciousness. That is the Atman. Great Atman it is, wonderful Atman. And all the saints and seers said the same thing. Very wonderful. Very wonderful. Atman, what does it mean? What is Atman? Just think over it. By definition, Atman means that which cannot be measured. Vyapati, unlimited vyapti, unlimited. Not a limited extension, but unlimited extension itself is Atman. You can measure the table, isn't it? You can measure the fragrance of these flowers. You can even describe the beauty of these flowers. What about the existence of the table? What about the existence of the flowers and the beauty? We don't know. It exists, but we do not know. Atman is such a thing. It is there and we know everything. It is there, we think of anything. But if it were not there, we can't do anything. It is there in you, therefore you think that you are man, woman, you are wise and not wise. So many thoughts arise in our mind because that element is there. That Atman element is there. Wonderful, isn't it? Atman element. And how it is, we do not know. How it is, we don't know. Purusha eva idam sarvam yadbhutam yaccha bhavyam. Uta, just to see how beautifully he puts it. Na bhutam, bhutam is there, bhavishyat is there. What is this past? What is this future? Just to think over it. Past is there, future is there, present is there. Everything is there. But Atman is not limited by these things. Atman was not in the past. Atman, you can't say, will be there in the future or in the present. Atman is Atman and nothing else. It has no time elements. Time doesn't measure it. The bodies are measured by time. Your thoughts also are measured by time. But Atman is not measurable. Just to see, everything can be counted, but Ananta can't be counted. Isn't it? There is infinity. You know it, very beautiful, concept of mathematics in mathematics. Very beautiful concept. Ananta. Ananta means no anta. The same way, Atman is Ananta. Atman you cannot put into a picture. You cannot paint the picture of Atman. You can draw the picture of your body, but your Atman cannot be put into colors. Why? If there is no boundary, it cannot be put into colors. Atman has no boundary. The infinity has no boundary. Isn't it? Infinity, for example, mathematics you know very well. Numbers are there, countable numbers and uncountable numbers. Every number is countable if it is finite, but infinity cannot be counted, isn't it? Uncountable means endless series of numbers. So is Atman, you cannot measure it, you cannot describe it in terms of qualities. Take for example yourself. I can describe your body. You are very strong, you look beautiful. Everything, your dress is very, very wonderful. Everything I can describe, but one thing I cannot, that is you yourself. I cannot describe you. How can I describe you? I have not seen you. If I can see anything, that thing I can put into beautiful descriptive words. But if that thing is not within the range of measurement, then how can I describe it? Just to think over it, how can I describe it? Therefore, Basaveshwara says, Mauna. ಮುಗ್ಧವಾದುದನು ಏನೆಂಬೆನಯ್ಯ ಘನದೊಳಗಿನ ಘನಕ್ಕೆ ಘನವಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆಂಬ ಶಬ್ದ ಮುಗ್ಧವಾದುದನು ಏನೆಂಬೆನಯ್ಯ. He was asked about the great reality, Atman. Then he said, I am Mauna. Shabda Mukta, I have no words to describe that which cannot be brought into the descriptive language. Everything of this world may be described because things have certain qualities, describable qualities. Now I described this flower because it has such qualities which I can mention while describing the flower. But how can I describe that which has no color, no shape, no smell, nothing? How can I? It is impossible. Therefore, Basaveshwara says, Shabda Muktavadudanu Yenembenaya. ಘನದೊಳಗಿನ ಘನಕ್ಕೆ ಘನವಾಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಘನದೊಳಗಿನ ಘನಕ್ಕೆ ಘನವಾಗಿರ್ದೇನಯ್ಯ. ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ. How to describe it? Now when I think of myself, when I offer my own self into that Kudala Sangama, what remains? There remains nothing. What did I become? I became Ghana itself. What kind of a Ghana? Ghanadolagina Ghanakke Ghana. Ghana means perfect. Ghana means Purna. Purna means it has no limitations. Unlimited thing is called Ghana. Illimitable reality is called Ghana. And where it is illimitable everywhere, it must be everywhere. Therefore, man, you need not go in search of Atman. It is there where you are. Where you are. A fish, if it goes in search of the ocean, it cannot find it. Unless it comes to know that where it is, that is the ocean. Where is the water? Where is the water? The fish asks its elders, where is the water? They say, if there is no water, you can't exist. Water is here, there, everywhere, but you cannot see it because you see whatever is there small in that ocean. The ocean is endless, infinite, wonderful. Even so, the ocean of consciousness is God. God also is an ocean. He is the ocean. And this ocean is immeasurable, indescribable. And we have to feel it. Nothing we can do. Therefore, you need not go in search of the Atman. You need not go in search of a God, because God is not something small, something limited, something space-bound. It is a principle of existence which has no limitations. That's God. That is Atman. Forget the body, you are Atman. Forget the mind, you are Atman. Forgetting itself is a meditation. Forget the body, it is a meditation. Forget the mind, no thoughts arise, no feelings arise, nothing arises in your mind. Then the mind becomes calm, quiet, very calm. It exists as if it doesn't exist. And in that deep silence, you begin to feel yourself, and that feeling is not limited, it is unlimited. Limitation arises only because of the mind. If the mind itself goes deep into dense silence, then you cannot see the limitation. Limitation disappears. Wonderful, isn't it? This is how we have to feel. Basveshwara says, Shabda Mugdha Vadudanu Enembenaya. Now I am speechless, wordless. I cannot describe it. I can experience it. Wonderful thing it is. I experience it, and in that experience there is no Basaveshwara, there is no Kalyana, there are no Sharanas, and you are not there, I am not there. All these limited feelings just disappear. That is called the great state of silence. That is the great state of silence. In that silence, we begin to experience the presence of the divine reality. Therefore, Basaveshwara says, Shabda Mugdhavadudanu Enembe. Now I am very silent. Shabda Mugdha, I have no words at all. I can't describe what kind of experience that was in the deep, silent state. I experienced my own self, but there was no I, there was no you, nothing. Limiting adjuncts were absent there. This is what the great people of the past felt. How did they experience it? We have to experience it in this calm atmosphere. We have to experience that which has no name, no form, nothing. The body belongs to a place, but the Atman does not belong to any place. Isn't it? The body has its own works to do, but Atman has nothing to do. The body can be drawn or carved in stones, drawn on papers. Atman cannot do. That's we have to experience, he says. Basveshwara says, I am quite silent. And in that deep, deep silence, I have become one with Kudala Sangama Deva. I have become one with it. How wonderful it is. How wonderful. And the same reality was experienced by all the people of the world. There lived Lao Tse in China. He used to say, Tao. If there is anything in this world, there is only Tao. Tao means that, not this. And all that there is before you is indicated by the word this. And forget this, that remains. Forget this, that remains, which cannot be put into words. You can put this, whatever you see here, into words. With words you can describe it. But what about that which is not this? What is that which is not this? Not this, not this, not this. Neti, neti, net. Na iti, na iti, na iti. Just say, go on saying it. Not this. Whatever you see is not this truth. Go on saying not this. Whatever comes before our eyes is not this. Is not, it is this, but it is not that. And that cannot be put into words. Therefore, neti, neti, neti is the only very powerful method of realizing the great truth, the Atman. The great truth, the Atman. If we have to realize it, then we have to negate everything that comes before your mind. Just forget the color of the flower, forget the shape of the flower, forget the fragrance of the flower, forget the sepals and what do they call? What do you call? They must be forgotten. Filaments are there, hundreds of them. Forget them all. What remains? What remains? We have forgotten whatever eyes see, the smelling organ perceives. But we did not remove the flower. We removed only that which can be sensed through our sense organs. But we did not destroy the substance of the flower. And what is that substance? We do not know. It has no color. Now, you removed the color, you removed the fragrance, you removed everything. But you have removed only the qualities and not the substance in which the qualities exist. That substance is indescribable. That is Atman. And how to experience it? Sit silently, close your eyes, close your mind, and think of nothing. Calm the mind. Intelligence put it to sleep. Everything goes out. Then what remains? Silence remains. In that silence, there is not you, there is not I, there is not the world. There is only that. And that is the great truth. We have to experience it. They said, Basaveshwara said. Basaveshwara was not just a minister. He was a great man of realization. This is his last vachana. ಘನದೊಳಗಿನ ಘನಕ್ಕೆ ಘನವಾಗಿರ್ದೇನೈ ಶಬ್ದ ಮುಗ್ಧವಾದುದನು ಏನೆಂಬೆನಯ್ಯ. I am silent. If you ask what I have experienced in that state of silence, I am silent. I can't say anything because I am not there. I am there, but as you think, so I am not there. That is what Basaveshwara said in his great vachana. ಘನದೊಳಗಿನ ಘನಕ್ಕೆ ಘನವಾಗಿರ್ದೇನೈ. Ghana means boundless. Just to see the beauty of the world. Ghana means boundless. This object has bounds. Means bounds are there. Bound means a seema is there. But if the bounds are removed, if a seema is removed, the object becomes what? Nisseema. Isn't it? You are there. Your name is Rama. And you have a body. You are a merchant or a professor or something. And you are rich or poor. You are beautiful or something else. These are all adjectives. But a noun is different from adjectives. If you are rich, you are different, and rich, to be rich is different. You have money, therefore you think that you are rich. But you are not. You as such are not rich. Isn't it? Then you think of you, remove all the descriptive words from you. You are not a teacher, you are not a husband, you are not a wife, you are nothing, you are nothing. If you are nothing, you are everything. Isn't it? What makes us small? These descriptive words make us small. If all these words are forgotten, then what remains is simply the endless, infinite reality, and that is what we call Atman. That is Atman. There lived a great saint, Lao Tse, I said. Lao Tse used to say, I am Tao. I am Tao. Tao means that, simply that. What is that? Whatever is not this, it is that. Just to see the beauty of the description or definition of a Tao. Whatever is not this, that is Tao, that is that. What is that? What is not this, that is that. If you say this table, then it is not Tao. You cannot bring the Tao into the purview of your brain. It is impossible. Therefore, he said, he defined it as that, simply that. Who is God? God is that. That means whatever you say this, it is not that. You say, is it God? No, God is this and Tao is that. Wonderful, isn't it? You are here. You are in what city it is? Nippani. You are in Nippani. You are a citizen of Nippani. Forget Nippani. Forget that you are a citizen of Nippani. What remains? You are not Nippanian. You are you. You can experience it very well if you try to forget everything and live in deep, deep silence of the mind. In that great silence, you come to experience your eternal, endless, wonderful existence. That is Atma Sakshatkara. Basveshwara said, I am Shabda Mugdha. How beautifully he puts that state of realization. Shabda Mugdha. I have no words. I am quite silent. And in that silence, I am not Basaveshwara. I am not a minister, prime minister or anything. I am not a rich or poor. Wonderful, isn't it? I am just I, but there is no I. That is the reality. Wonderful. That is called the realization of the truth, the realization of Atman. Very wonderful, isn't it? You cannot describe it, but without it you cannot live. Wonderful. You can't live without it. But what it is, what it is it? No. If I say it is this, then it is not it. It is something which is beyond the reach of description, all description. We have to enjoy it. Basveshwara said, this is to be experienced, man. Not to become this or that, but to remain what is there. What is there? It is only that. When everything is removed from your mind, what remains? Simply that remains, and that itself is Atman, Brahman. Call it by any name. Now it is 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. And there is silence for an hour. For an hour we experienced silence. In that silence we were not there. We had forgotten our names, our homes, our house, everything. Therefore, we experienced that infinite Atman. This is what is the experience of the great saints of the world. Lao Tse said, Tao. Tao means that, not this. If anybody asks you, is it God? Not this. Is it God? Not this. Then what it is? It is that. Simply that. What you see is this. What you cannot see is that. What you think of is this, and what you cannot think of is that. And you are this. Now, you are this. As long as this is there, you are there. If this becomes that, you are that itself. This can be described, but that cannot be described. This is the beauty of this and that. Basveshwara says, I am that. How beautiful is the vachana. Ghanadolagena ghanakke ghanavagirdenaya. Shabda mugdhavadadanu yenembenaya. Wonderful vachana it is. And you have to think over it. You become simply not this. And you remain only that. I am very, very happy that you came in the afternoon. The sun is there overhead, but the sun is not disturbing you. Not disturbing. He gives a light and some warmth. Enjoy, people, enjoy. Tree says, in my shadow, enjoy. In my shadow, enjoy. And we have enjoyed an hour sitting here in this open field, under these trees. And we did not think about anything of this world. Did we? No, nothing. I did not speak about your brain, or your intestines, or your limbs, or your intelligence, mind. Nothing. I did not say anything about what you think you are. Now we have come to an end, and now we think that we are not we. If we say we are this, then we have mistaken. We are not this, we are not that. We are simply that. This is what Basveshwara experienced. Therefore, everybody in those days admired Basveshwara. They said Basveshwara was a God himself, because he was a man of realization. Not just a devotee, not just a prime minister, but a man of realization. What is his realization? These words tell about that realization. In that great moment of realization, he was only that. Shanta, Mahamauna, that is his reality. Ghanadolagina ghanakke ghanavagirde, nemba shabda mugdhavadudanu enembenaya. Now I have no words. Shabda mugdhavadudanu. Enambenaya, I can't describe it. Now I become silent. You also become silent. Namaskar. So I am very, very grateful to you. You came at this hour of sunshine, very hot sunshine. But on your face, there is no heat. There is no trouble feeling. You are also happy, and your heart also is full of happiness. That is what is to be expected from the spiritual science. This is spirituality. Wonderful it is. I think if I will be there on Sunday next, you will be here. Come again. And if you have problems, means questions, you may ask. But those questions should not be related to your worldly problems. If you have any questions, you may ask here. We will have some discussion. Ask any question about what I know, not about anything you think of. Just we are children of nature, and we have to live here as sons of nature. Nature is wonderful, and our life also must be very wonderful. Namaskar. If you have problems, questions, let me know them. Even soul. In English it is called soul. In Atma, in Sanskrit it is called Atman. But Atman and soul have different meanings. So many meanings are there. Oh, how to experience this self? Very difficult question, isn't it? If he is to ask this question, he must be knowing what his self is. If he doesn't know what his self is, he cannot ask such questions. Did not understand. If you are there, you ask questions. If you itself is not there, how can you ask questions? Still you did not know. I say, I am sleeping. If I am not awake, I can't say I am sleeping. If I am not sleeping, then I cannot say I am sleeping. Understand? If I am not sleeping, then I can ask this question. Am I sleeping or not? This question has no meaning. If you are sleeping, you cannot ask this question. You are asking this question. Why? Because you are not sleeping. You know you are awake. That wakefulness itself is called Atman. Why it takes so much? Oh, because we do not know what light is. what self is. If you know it, immediately your question will be answered. Oh, these are very difficult questions. Everyone in this world is suffering from these two fine feelings. What are the feelings? Ego and anger. If I touch the ego, anger arises. If anger doesn't arise, then you are not there. Ego is not there. Simply, they go together. Ego and anger, they go together. Am I having the ego feeling? You need not ask me. Just touch me, it comes out. Huh? You should take care that you don't touch it. But his question is very wonderful. We have to think over it. All the problems that have been disturbing mankind is this ego and also anger. Anger is strengthened by hatred. If a hatred is there behind the anger, then that anger becomes very dreadful, very, very, what do you say, harmful. Now what is happening in the world? And there is only the friction between two egos. That is the cause of wars. Your question is very wonderful. And if such a question is properly understood, these two feelings become weakened. As long as we do not touch them, they do wonderful things, means dreadful things. If we touch them, what are you? They become weak. What is anger? Ask when you become angry. Ask yourself, what is anger? The anger becomes lifeless, strengthless. Because when you ask such question, the feeling is not an angry feeling. The feeling disappears. Yes, this world is there, here is the Atman. He makes this division between Atman and the world. Whatever sees is Atman, whatever is seen is the world. I see the table, table is the world, and I am the seer. I am the seer. Seer is always different from the seen. The world is there, I say. I see the whole world. But I don't see myself in this world. When I see myself, this world disappears. This is the relation between these two things. Yes, he says Atman is not changing, but the world is always changing. Atman is true in the sense it exists forever. It is a real. True means it is a real. And this world is an illusion. Illusory means it is now beautiful, the very next moment it becomes ugly. Now it is hot, next moment it becomes changed into something else. The body goes on changing, therefore body is not Atman. Whatever goes on changing is not Atman. Intelligence also is changing, your thoughts are changing, they are not going to be there for all the time, therefore they are not Atman. The world doesn't disappear. The ego disappears. Sakshatkara, what does it mean? Sakshatkara means I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intelligence, I am not a memory. Nothing that I see is I. That is the realization of the soul. When I realize my own self, then the world doesn't disappear. The world is there, but not as related to me, but as an object of my perception. And many times we think that once we realize the self, the whole world disappears. The world doesn't disappear. The world is there, will be there. But what disappears? This ego disappears. The self remains the same all the time. Why there is a desire?
After sadhana, we tend to desire. When we desire, we suffer.
But do you have no desire for food? This also is a desire to know what you are. Desire is a wonderful feeling. Everyone must have it. The nisarga, the nature, is very wise. Whatever is needed for leading a good life and a happy one, it has put into our mind, and that is the desire. That is the desire. If we control the desire, we become saints. If we leave the desire uncontrolled, we become. Isn't it? We begin to suffer from the things that we do not get. Means our desire becomes the source of what? Suffering. Enlightenment means seeing what is true and what is not true. That is the realization. Buddha realized that here everything is kshanika, sarvam kshanikam, sarvam anatta. He said, sarvam kshanikam, sarvam anatta, sarvam dukkham, he said. This is a realization. But after that he said, and if we know how to keep our mind calm, then we need not be afraid of suffering, afraid of kshanikata, momentariness. That is a realization. After realization, don't expect that you are not going to be hungry. Hunger will be there. You are troubled by the hunger every day. Buddha said, I did not say about it. Mind must be free from hunger. mind quite satisfied. Whatever is you see in this world is there always, and it will be there always. All the seasons will be there, all the people will be there, all the animals and all the things that are there in the world will be there always. All is well, very good. This kind of a feeling is a wonderful feeling. All is well. Whatever is, it is well. All means whatever is there in this world is well, it is good. Not to think that it is bad. Everything is good. Everything is good. Even suffering also is good. Because it is a part of the nature. Nature is not my creation or your creation, it is the creation of the divine. And the divine creation cannot be bad. It is there, we have to know the importance of it, and we should know how to experience it joyfully. Selfish. Oh, it is the most difficult question in the world. Why you are selfish? Why I am selfish? Why people are selfish? Self is there, therefore we are selfish. Yes, means I should live. Let me have this, let me have that. Such feelings arise in the mind, that is selfish feelings, and they disturb us. Simple self-feeling is not bad, but all the while thinking about myself and forgetting all other things that are around me, that are in my surrounding, then that becomes a great trouble, that causes trouble. Yes. He says, your mind is creating it, he says. Such feelings arise in your mind because your mind is taking interest in such feelings. What is the definition of Satya? Sakshatkara. Success. Oh, I am sorry. I mistook all those words. Success. What is? What is the definition of success? Not my definition, but what is the real definition of success? What do you say about it? Success means success. Good. He says success is a relative word. How you define failure, then you get the meaning of success. If you think that you have failed, means you did not get success. His definition is very wonderful and also practical. Success in this world has relative meanings. There arise in our mind so many desires. When we realize them, we think that we are successful in life. means we realized whatever desires that we had.
One's failure is another's success.
Yes. Success also differs from person to person. Some person may say that I am successful. At the same time, the other person, the opponent, may say that I am unsuccessful. Therefore, it is a relative term. Absolute meaning it doesn't have.
God is watching you. Every man feels sometimes in his life, God is watching you. When something wrong happens to him, he says God is watching, he will do something. Though God is within him and out, mind he tends to say that and he feels happy.
God has no other works to do. Such a big universe is there. Millions and millions of suns and stars are there. And you are only small. And why should you take so much interest in you? The sun is, we say, watching us. The sun doesn't know that we are sitting here. But we think that the sun is watching us. Well, the wind is there, very comfortable. Now you can rest in this cool wind. Now it is 1:30. You may go where there is shadow, sleep well, have some rest.
And while we feel meditation follow the system of less.
You have to decide it. There is so much difference between natural sleep and the Samadhi. Much difference is there. But it is very difficult to see the difference. In sleep also there is no I, there is no you. In Samadhi also there is no I, there is no you. But in Samadhi there is a wakefulness. In sleep there is a wakelessness. That is the difference. There is darkness in Samadhi, in sleep, and there is only light in Samadhi. Awareness is there, fully realizable. Full awareness is there. Here, there is no awareness. Simple awareness is there, of course, not the supreme awareness.
What is pain and why do we feel pain?
What is the pain? This is not a question to be answered, but it is a question to be felt. Pain is there. Take a pin, for example, put it on your skin, you feel pain. Oh, mental pain is there. Good. If a desire is not fulfilled, the mental pain arises. If the desire is put to an end, the pain disappears. Simple. Why it is a gochara? If it becomes a gochara, it doesn't become Atman, it becomes a body. Isn't it? The body is visible. Atman is invisible because Atman has no dimensions. The body has dimensions. Whatever is made of a matter is anatma, and whatever is not made of a matter is Atman. Matter has dimensions, but Atman has no dimensions, but therefore you cannot see it. Body has dimensions, dimension you know, therefore you can see it. Dimensions means measurable, the body is measurable. In terms of centimeters or grams, it is measurable. Atman can't be. For meditation, what is the good time for meditation? What do you think? When your mind is ready for meditation, that is the best time for meditation. Awareness. Awareness. I did not. ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಸದ ನನಗೆ ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ. We are aware of everything. Oh, what is awareness? A very difficult question because awareness cannot be described. Awareness is awareness. I am aware of the body. I am aware of my thoughts and feelings. I am aware of the external world also. Awareness is something that cannot be brought into words, can't be described into words. It is the speciality, it is the real nature of a man, awareness, simple awareness. That is called Chit, Samvit. Intelligence is not awareness, but without awareness there is no intelligence. You are aware always. You may be small or big, you may be good scholar or not, you are aware of your own existence. Aware of whatever is there in your mind. Aware of how your intelligence works. You are aware of everything. Awareness is something that is always there in us from our very existence. From our first day to the last day. Awareness is there. We are not aware of anything. From the knowledge, remove all the objects. What remains is awareness. I am a man. This is a sentence. This is a piece of knowledge. I am a man. Here, am is there, I is there, man is there. Man is an adjective. Man is their predicate, isn't it? This is subject, this is a predicate. Remove the predicate. What remains? I am. I am what? Nothing. If we forget the predicate, what remains is I am. Not this, not that. indescribable existence of one's own self is I am. Grammar. ಕೇಳಿಸಿಲ್ಲ. Huh? Oh. Then you have to tell me, what do you mean by soul? What is soul? Soul is the sense of I, in a sense, in a way. I am there, isn't it? I am there means there is the feeling of myself, my existence. That is the soul feeling. And your problem is oh, does it exist by itself, or is it creation of the working of the human brain? This is the question probably. Self has its own existence according to the philosophers of the world. It exists by itself. Its existence has nothing to do with the existence of either the brain or the body. It has no relation with them. The self exists by itself. How to? Forget the Guru. Whatever he says, accept it. In acceptance of what he says, there you are accepting the Guru. They are not two different things. Well, you are not tired. Now you have to take your meals. Done already? Oh, very good. You are saying it on behalf of these people? You create a great problem for them.
On behalf of all, last question by me. We are always predicting what better in all areas. More predictions adding. And we are achieving better. But we are coming to realization much better things we are explaining, we are better understanding. But once we leaving from here, we are at maximum trying to follow that all things in our personal life. But we cannot 100% follow. Some 60% also we cannot follow. So I am requesting to you, give some that type of tips we can follow. How we can follow.
He said, it is not my question or my problem, it is the problem of everybody. Then I am also one of them. Therefore, how can I answer it? A few moments before, it was flesh. Now it is. Huh? Well, namaskar everybody. Waiting for you next Sunday.